A very good day to you. Welcome to yet another episode of What Now. My name is Dan Sofo Jr. And today on What Now podcast, we have one of your regular guests on this show. His name is Christopher Sunday. Christopher Sunday is here again on What Now podcast. This time around, we're going to be discussing politics. Just as you know, Christopher Sunday is a public analyst, a lecturer, and he's also a writer. Christopher Sunday, welcome to another episode.
I'm happy to be here again. Thank you for having me.
All right, today we want to talk about politics, and we are in the era and time of politics, especially that in Kogi State there are so many people aspiring to be one thing or the other, occupying one position or the other. But again, let's go back to Kogi East, where you come from. Today, there are several people, a number of people who wants to occupy the House of Senate, the position of House of Senate, representing Kogi East, where you come from, and several of them from Dekina, from Ankpa, and from Ida Aziz. But again, I want to ask, who do you think should take the position, should take the lead, especially as regards rotation of power in that region?
Well, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to be in your studio. I think this should be the fourth time now or fifth time now.
Yes.
And I'm happy with the reply or from the comments that we get each time you upload your video. It shows that you are doing a very wonderful job. Like you rightly said, of course, I am a lecturer, a philosopher, and I lecture moral philosophy in Kogi State Polytechnic. And so each time we are greeted with questions about morality, one of the things we've come to understand or to realize is that people have limited the concept of morality to just stealing, fornication, adultery, and maybe murder. But again, there is also what we call political morality. Political morality is that concept of balancing or carrying out political activities in a very, very profound way, where justice is being given,
yeah. Okay.
and what is it called? Democratic principle is being respected, and then the rule of law. You understand? So, but let me go straight to your question. If I understood you very well, you are asking between Ankpa Federal Constituency, Dekina Federal Constituency, and Ida Federal Constituency. Who should have occupied this seat?
Yes.
And my premise came from the angle of morality. So if you're talking about political morality in this case, I am from Dekina Federal Constituency. I am from Agbeji in Aingba. Okay. Now, Ida was the first, at the return of democracy, Ida was the first to occupy that seat.
The Senate seat.
The Senate seat through Dr. Ahmadu Ali, the former PDP national chairman, in 1974.
Okay.
After Dr. Ahmadu Ali, there was somebody again from Ida, Manuel, yes, who served only 4 months, 3.5 months or 4 months. Since then, Ida has not occupied that seat again.
Okay.
Now from there, it moved to Dekina. From Dekina, it went to Ankpa. From Ankpa, it has returned to Dekina.
Okay.
Now, in fact, it went to Ankpa twice, Aidoko and Railway.
Okay.
From there, we also have Dekina, Ugbane, and then what is his name now?
The current person?
The current person, Echocho.
Okay.
In fact, even the person that went to the National Assembly in Ida after Ahmadu Ali, those who know him very well even said he is not originally from Ida Federal Constituency. Okay. If you trace his lineage, he is from Dekina, but politically he has represented Ida Federal Constituency. Okay. So we are talking about Ida has represented Kogi East as a whole in 4 years, just 4 years and 4 months.
Okay.
Ankpa has done 8 years, and then Dekina has done 20 years. So by rotation, Ankpa finished before Echocho.
Okay.
Echocho is rounding up his second term, by moral standard, by political morality, that is, if those who are political scientists believe that there is anything called moral politics, or there is morality in politics. But because even though you are saying that politics is not has nothing to do with morality, but there is also what we call justice. There is what we call equity. There is what we call fairness. By fairness, by justice, by equity, power ought to. I'm not saying should. I'm not saying must. I'm using an ethical word. Okay. Ought to go back to either federal constituency now. So the next Kogi senator, by every standard, by every morality, by equity and whatever you can think of, should go to either federal constituency.
But in either federal constituency, do you have anybody contesting to represent the people of Kogi at the Senate chamber?
Yes, from either federal constituency, I know of two.
Okay.
I know of two people that are contesting.
Who is that?
QS Aminu Abubakar Suleiman, FNIQS,
okay,
and Idris HK.
So between these two, between QS Aminu and Idris HK, who comes from either federal constituency, who do you think should best serve the people at this time? If we want to rotate, if we want to take power from Ankpa or from Dikina to either federal constituency.
Okay, first, before I answer this question, let me add to my earlier answer that if we are looking for justice and equity and fairness from the state in total, if the Igalas are saying the Okuns, I mean the Igras, they have done it, they are doing it, the Okun people should do it.
Yes.
They are talking about rotation. So charity begins at home. Let us also practice that rotation. Let us also practice that fairness. Let the Igala people learn how to rotate power. Okay. So that's why I'm saying, since Ankpa has done, the Kina is rounding up, let Ida have it. Now to your question. By every standard of representation, QS Aminu Abubakar Suleiman should represent the Kogi East people in the 11th Senate.
So he stands the chance to represent the people.
He stands the chance to represent the people, not just by academic qualification.
But because he comes from either federal constituency?
First thing first, he is from either federal constituency.
Okay.
And we have made a serious argument for either federal constituency. So now we have narrowed it down now. So by elimination method, we are saying that Ankpa is not in the equation. Dekina is not in the equation. The equation now has come to Ankpa, either where we want to now dissect the balance. And then you ask me a question: Who do I think?
Yeah, because you have two people contesting.
Yes,
on different platforms.
By every standard. Yes. By my own subjective take. Everybody has his own opinion. But of course, you see, when you have you have children. From the children, you will know the one that you can send to go and represent you.
And you think QS Aminu is the person?
He is the best candidate, not just because he is from either federal constituency, because he has the qualities that we need. You see, one of the problems that the Igala people are facing is that we have limited the representation to just politics. We are not looking at the quiddity of what representation or the substance of what representation is all about. For instance, why do you think that we have some House of Rep member in this present 10th Assembly? Yes. That I know of a House of Rep member that is about to finish 4 years now. He has not spoken once on the floor of the House. So, and it is not, this thing is not all about because you have impacted life.
Yes.
On the people. See, philanthropic gesture is not the same thing as administration. It is also not the same thing as, what is it called, representation. Representation is a total ball game. You must have the intellectual capacity. You must have the competence. You must have the ability to dialogue. You must even have the connect. Why do you think that we are finding it difficult to even have somebody from Kogi East that is reckoning with the who is who at the National Assembly? There are some things. Look at Karimi. You see the way Karimi played his game. One time, Of all the people vying for senatorial position in Kogi as a whole now, Karimi is the only one that we are sure that his name is there. That is because he has that connect.
So other people are not sure of.
For now, you see, today we will hear this person has been given the ticket. Tomorrow we will hear another person has been given the ticket. Next tomorrow we say this person's name is not there. They say Abuja. But
are you referring the situation between Eriko and Neshosho, or the one between?
But if now whichever we are looking at it, Eriko is no longer in the equation based on the analysis I have given. Echocho is no longer in the equation based on the analysis I have given.
Okay.
Because Eriko is from Ankpa.
Okay.
Ankpa did 8 years through Ataya Idoko. Echocho is running up by May next year, May or June next year. He will be done with 8 years. So why can't they allow other people to have it? Now that he's in Inida, and I'm saying that QS Aminu Abubakar is the best candidate by academic qualification. Okay. I don't want to start reading out his qualification.
Okay, now I want to cut you there. Now, but because you have narrowed your discussion and your argument to QS Aminu, yes. I want to ask you now, who then is QS Aminu? What should people know about him? In a very short while, I'm very, very sure that QS himself is going to come to your studio for him to introduce himself to the people of Kogi East. But from what I have known about QS, first of all, QS is from Igecheba ward in either local government, either federal constituency. Born in Sokoto by his parents. The mother is from Igalamela local government. His father is from Ida local government. He is the first son of his father with siblings. Now, QS Aminu Abubakar studied quantity survey. He's a quantity surveyor. That is that acronym, FNIQS. That is fellow of, I don't know how the full meaning, fellow of quantity survey, Nigeria, fellow of Nigeria instead of quantity survey, I think, if I got it right. And then from there, he went to, from Kaduna Polytechnic. From Kaduna Polytechnic, he has gone to, went to the university for a degree. From there, he has gone to Oxford. He has gone to, what's it called again? Harvard. He is also, what's it called? Vice President of Nigeria Association of Quantity Surveyor. QS Aminu is a construction expert with 25 years of experience. Now, this opportunity that God has given to him has made him to come close to people across the 6 geopolitical zone of the nation. The North Central, Northeast, Northwest, South, some of the government projects that, like airport and all that, is the one handling them. So by opportunity, yes.
by the virtue of his business, he knows so many people that are connected to government that if he's given the opportunity to represent the Igala people at the 11th Senate, the story will change from what we are having.
So how has all of this in help prepared him to represent the people of Kogi East with all of these qualifications you have mentioned?
Good and fine. You see, the Latin dictum, nemo dat quod not habet. You cannot give what you don't have. Now, this is a person that over the years, he has prepared himself by the virtue of what he does in his private business, by the virtue of his academic qualification, and by his interaction with the people to know the suffering of the Igala people. Now, one of the arguments that I used to hear people argue, we don't know him, he doesn't speak to us, he has not spoken to us, what has he done? Somebody tagged me, my friend, one of my colleagues, friend tagged me on Facebook about 3 weeks ago, saying that as good as I am in the media, I've not been able to answer question about QS Aminu, that even though I sell his candidacy. But you see, QS is somebody that even within his inner caucus, if he is doing anything for you, he doesn't want anybody to know. In fact, he will call you out before he gives you whatever he wants to give you.
What has he even done? What has he done that he refused to tell people
if
about?
If QS is the type that carries camera along to do selfie, to snap video, to video what he has done for the people of Igala Kingdom, you will be amazed. In fact, what I'm going to say here,
well, you can tell us some of the things.
What I'm going to say here,
many of us are interested.
He may even, I will say them. He may even call me to say, but you know, what all those things you mentioned, I did them because that is what I feel the humanity should enjoy. That is what humanity. He believes in humanity. So QS, for instance, if you go to Ida, I wish I came with my my other phone so that I can give you some of those things as you are playing them. You will be rolling them, but I will mention them. One, for the past 3 years, QS has been paying JAM, what is it called? JAM form. I mean JAM registration for at least 2,000 students every year. You will never hear him say it.
From Kogi East? From
Kogi East, across the local government. I can send you the video now of students that are called to appreciate him. That is one. Two, in Igala land and also some Igala people who are in Abuja, he has on 2-3 occasions now organized a seminar on how to install CCTV cameras.
You mean empowerment?
Empowerment. He has empowered people through CCTV installation. He has done it twice now. I think 3 years ago and maybe early last year, I think. He has done it. Some of them are in Abuja, some are in Lokoja here, some are married already, and they are doing the installation. 3, across the 9 local governments, every year he goes to pay hospital bills, at least once or twice in a year. He goes to pay hospital bills. I can also send you the picture so that you can see. He has a foundation, AAS Foundation.
Okay.
Just about 2 months ago or 3 months ago, he has empowered 500 women across the 9 local government, local government in Kogi East, and he empowered them with 60,000 naira each. Those who are on the social media will attest to this. Aside that, he has placed many of Igala youths in top institutions in Nigeria. One of them that I know is from Abejikolo.
Are you talking about job creation?
Job creation, job empowerment. One I know in Abejikolo is the DFO, the Director of Finance in one of Nigeria power sector. One, he's the data analyst of the same sector. There is one that I know in a CCECC as what is it now? How do they call these people where they put things in the store? Storekeeper.
Okay.
In the He is by the virtue of the fact that he has been a consultant with FIRS. He has also helped so many Igala people to be employed in FIRS.
Okay.
CCECC, his own personal company, ASI. When you get there, you will see numerous Igala people. In fact, if you have visited his office ever, you will see that at least, let me say, 30% of his staff are Igalas. But you will never see QS. Is this Salah? You will tell him, I think one of the staff wanted to video the RAM that he bought to distribute during the last Salah. He warned him never to do that. So he's not this kind of person that does anything because he want political validation or people to clap hand for him.
With all that you have said,
yes,
what are the problems confronting the Igala people that you have identified and wish or know that if QS Aminu Imeya, Senator representing Kogi, is going to address all of them?
First of all, communication. In his manifesto, I don't think any senatorial candidate or senator that have represented Kogi East has ever prepared a manifesto. Very soon you will come across his manifesto. I think by next week he shall be unveiling his manifesto. First is communication. By communication I mean federal constituency, what's it called? Interaction. You know, representation is not supposed to be from top to bottom. Full of communication ought to be from the people that you are representing, then you take the information, the feedback to the National Assembly. It's not that you on your own sit at the National Assembly, then you bring something to hit on your people. So first thing first is to identify with the people, for him to know what is the problem. 2, health care. You know, there are some what is it called? There are some duties that are executive function. There are some functions that are executive in nature. But of course, by way of lobbying, by way of legislation, QS will be able to do improve health of our people in Kogi East. Education, I've also told you his interest in education. Youth and women empowerment. Ola Machene is about to finish his what is it called now? Football tournament. Okay. The first prize for in the tournament, QS will on his own is the one to sponsor it, and in the course of this, he has also provided giving them a new what is it called, Sienna. Okay. In this, so you will never see him coming to tell people, okay, I have given Ola Machene Sienna for his tournament. You will never see that. He has want people not to.
So you think he will empower more youth when
he will empower more youth. He will empower women. He will make sure that those who cannot, youth that cannot that do not want to go to school, he will make sure that at least you should have something doing in kind of how do you call it, skill acquisition. Okay. He has also spoken about skill acquisition center in the 3 federal constituency, in Ida, in Dekina, and in Ankpa. 3, so that, and it's not going to be for a particular gender. It's going to be co-mix. Okay. You see, so he has about 4 to 5 agenda that this is just by the surface. Okay. By the time he engages the media in coming week, you should be able to know more about.
Now that we are talking about some of the problems facing the Igala people, yes, you know very well that most of the villages, especially in Kogi East, the Igala Axis, have problems of healthcare, medical attention, and all. Do you think QS Aminu will be able to address some of these challenges facing your people?
As a matter of fact, I didn't mention. Okay, I do mention health, that he used to pay hospital bills. Yes. I think in the next 2 weeks, all things being equal, in the next 2 weeks, QS Aminu is going to also I think the wife is a medical doctor. You understand? So there is a plan always on the way to look at the elderly ones across Kogi East, at least in the 9 local government area. Maybe it's going to happen at the local government secretariat. Okay. I think there is arrangement going on now, so that those who have eye problem, those who have IBP problem, children who have malaria, typhoid, that is what the group of medical doctors are coming to do through his foundation. I think in the nearest 2 weeks. You understand? So I think by legislation, he is going to lobby to make sure that some of those things Adu did by bringing Cottage Hospital. In the National Assembly, it's not like they will give you money to go and do. But if you're able to have, that is why we're talking about connections now, lobbying, and then for you to be able to assert to conclusion what you want your people to do, there is constituency allowance for you. And so by the time you're able to, it's not just for you to sit down, for them to say, take 1 billion naira, go and work for your people. You can as well go beyond that. And by the virtue of what he does at his own private business, I am sure somebody like QS Aminu, you see, one of the things people don't know is that by the time you enter the National Assembly, you send somebody who is not granted into the National Assembly, and they ask you to present your credentials, and then you bring your credential. Maybe you have HND. There is nothing wrong with having HND or ND. But what other certification do you have that will qualify you to even have what you call chairman of a committee, has committee on this, has committee on this?
Is that based on qualification?
Of course! Your CV, they will collect your CV, they will look at it. Somebody who has been a power expert over the years, somebody who has also been in the construction company as a quantity surveyor over the years. Why do he's qualified to be House Committee Chairman on power, House Committee power on House Committee Chairman on how do you call it, road infrastructure. So we should be very, very careful beyond political party, beyond emotion and sentiment. Okay. We must learn to send the best, our first 11, to the National Assembly. And that is why I'm also happy for the people of Ida Federal Constituency, of all the people that are coming out for House of Rep. they should also look towards the person of the candidacy of Pharmacist Peter Idu. Because if he gets there by his qualification and what he does in his own private, business, yes. Peter Idu can become House chairman on health. And then by the time you have him and QS there as people heading committees by their qualification, not because of political party, because at that time the political party will play little or no influence. Yes. They will first of all check, give us your credentials, and then when you come, you say you have national diploma or you have HND. And then after that one, no certification, nothing again. Right. And then you want them to give you House committee, and then you just sit down and be looking at them as they share 500 million naira you collect. By the time you share and it's remaining 100 million naira, you go back. But again, we must also not forget, we should also try to send those who have the capacity on their own. We need to send them beyond their certificate.
When you say capacity, what do you mean by
there are some people, if you send them to the National Assembly, until they get back what they have spent, they will not even think of the Igala people. So we are looking, let us send people who, by the mercy and grace of God, they are already established financially.
So it means if you don't have money, there is no need.
That is not what I'm saying. First criteria I mentioned is that you have the certificate, you have the connection, and you have the intelligence to lobby. You have the connect across Nigeria. You have friends in governors. How many? If you want to vie for Senate position now, how many governors can you call on your own to say, okay, I have 5 governors that maybe 2-3 of them will be in the National Assembly with me for us to lobby. So the Igala politics must go beyond party. It must also go beyond the person I know, the person you know. It has to be, who is that person that has what it takes to represent the Igala people. Atai ashe nabo masho takida, ashe nabo kojo shedunga ama kuma ashe mamono juboda. Let us send these people to go and represent us. Senate there, Nigerian Senate there. A man win, a man ojin, eneke lotomo keneke succeeding.
And QS Aminu is one of those.
He is very, 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 very qualified. Very, very qualified. He is the best. In fact, those who are very, very objective in analyzing Kogi State politics, they will tell you with the kind of people we have, lawyers, medical doctors, engineers, by the virtue of the university that Prince Abubakar Audu brought to Kogi State, we have so many doctors, so many lawyers, PhD holders now. We cannot afford to send people that are just in politics to just showcase their, to express their political right. We must go after those that we know that beyond their qualification, academic qualification, they have what it takes to represent us, to defend us too.
All right, thank you so much. Let's move ahead, sir. With all that you have said, with all the qualification and everything that you said on this show, tell us what is that unique thing that stands Aminu out of others contestants?
Humility. QS Aminu is too humble to a fault. Yes, very, very humble, very calm, very, very calculative. I think, and is this kind of person that he believes that if you are a Christian, serve God in truth and in spirit, not pretend about it. If you're a Muslim, serve God in truth and in spirit. He believes that everything about humanity should be geared towards God. Ordinarily, looking at him, you say, this person, maybe, let me tell you, one of the things he did last year, when the can of either chapter were wanted to do a project, I don't know what they wanted to buy. Somebody just whispered to you, sir, is that why they want to do launching? They should keep their money, whatever it will take. Let me know. And he bought it and they gave it to them in Ida. We were in the palace of the owner of Ibaji when one of the
church member?
No, when one of the CAN members aired it out. And I said, you see, anywhere we go, it's people that will tell us what you've done. Just like Ankpa about 5 years ago, when they were doing launching for electrification project, they sent delegation to him that they want to buy transformer for Ankpa. I don't know whether transformer or I think it has to do with Ankpa light. And then because that is also his line, he supported the Ankpa people without anybody knowing. So he's this calm, gentleman, refined person. Looking at him, when you even see QS, you begin to ask, this man, the way we do hear about him, we will think he's one lousy person that will be making noise everywhere. But his nature is this calm. He has this calm nature. He has this aura of leadership around him, and he's the kind of person that he believes that anything anybody says, you cannot write off anybody. For any nonsense anybody says, he sees sense in it, and he must speak out something there. So he's a leader servant that always wants the growth of the youth, most especially because he believes that for Kogi East to be better, the youths must be given attention.
Okay, with all this you have mentioned, is it enough for a voter to entrust him with their votes?
As a matter of fact, if you will permit, I will give you his official website, official handle, so that people can go and read to know more about QS beyond what I am saying. See, where we are now in our political system in Igala land, we cannot just stand up to say, because this person has an ambition to vie for a position, we should support him. We should look at it beyond having an ambition. And yes, QS, I want to ask the Kogi East people, regardless of your region, regardless of your religion, to please pay attention to details of the kind of people that we want to send to the National Assembly and beyond, even the State Assembly. Because when you say the president is not working, check the National Assembly. When you say the governor is not working, check the State Assembly. Are there people that are checkmating the governor? Are there people that are checkmating the president? So we need people that knows, first of all, understand what budget is all about. You cannot be a quantity surveyor and a construction expert working with top ministries without understanding what budgeting is all about. So the people that we have sent so far, or the people that are vying now, do they understand what budgets, how to present budget or defend budget? Or is it the one that their staff or their aide or their lawyers will sit down write for them before they will come and present it, that they are not able to defend it? Or as a maybe House Committee chairman, or maybe power, you have the Ministry of Power coming to present budget because you do not have idea of how budget works or how budget is prepared. Then they will dabble the budget, and then they will give you, because you don't know, you will not, it will just get through without you.
And your candidate has this knowledge?
By every standard and qualification, by his personal practice and what is it called? QS Aminu is in the league of the likes of, in terms of qualification, intelligence, academics, is in the league of somebody like Victor Adoji.
Okay, now let's move down to more interesting part of this discussion. If I'm an undecided voter listening to you now, tell me, what are the 3 compelling convictions that can make me, make that decision to vote?
1,
QS
QS is humble. That's number 1. 2, his words are his bond. If QS asks you, stand there, I'm coming, wait for him. Don't be bothered. He will come back and meet you. And if he's going to come late, he will text you that he's going to come late. Then 3, the competence, the character, the what is it called? He connects by the virtue of his personal business across the country. I think he is the best candidate that every person should vote for in Kogi East.
Personally, sir, and finally, tell me, why do you, Christopher, of all the contestants, of all the, should I say, candidates of all political platforms or candidates we have in Kogi East, why do you choose to campaign for QS Aminu, looking at the fact that there are other people who are also eligible to represent where you come from in the Senate?
1, he's not a religious fanatic. He's not a religious fanatic. He's not. That is 2. QS Aminu, ordinarily, for the fact that I am from the Kina Federal Constituency, I'm supposed to be campaigning for Echocho.
Okay.
Because I will say, okay, we are from the Kina, but we are talking about justice and equity now. So you can see from that area that I'll prefer QS, because either people should be, not must now, ought to be the people to represent us now. That is one. Two, if I want to talk about Christianity, religion now, I will go for, what's his name? Eriko in APC. But Ankpa has done her own. So that is why I am not with Eriko. But because I believe in political morality, like I said, if there is anything called political morality, I feel that if we are looking for equity from outside, we should also give that equity in our house. So that equity that I'm looking for outside is the equity I want everybody in Igala land to also learn how to give.
You mean power rotation?
Power rotation. Let the Ida people have it, and QS being the best in terms of academic qualification, in terms of exposure, in terms of character, in terms of competence, and what have you, he's the best candidate that everybody should vote for to represent the good people of Kogi East in the 11th Senate.
All right, thank you so much. You have spoken a lot, and I'm sure that the people of Kogi East have listened to you and gotten your points properly. So until next time, when we
sorry, please, before we round up, people are saying QS, when is he going to address? When is he going to address? Yeah. Now QS is ready to address the Igala people. Okay. Before the end of next week, you shall hear QS speak to you one-on-one. Okay. Thank you very much.
That will be fine, because people are agitating, their expectation is high.
Yeah. To hear they want to hear from him. Okay. He is a calm and gentle man, but this time around, we know he understands that this is a political environment, so he must give to the people what the people are looking for.
All right, thank you so much for being with us. Until next time, when we get to bring another discussion with another person. My name is Dansofo Osman Jr. And don't forget to follow us on all our social media handles, What Now Podcast. Until next time, bye for now. And don't forget to share.